Hey guys, I'm gonna do a quick, hopefully short Destro video. I'm gonna do like a little guide for you, just to see if anyone likes playing Destro, and if anyone does, then obviously you can take this guide into consideration when building your Destro spec. So let's just jump straight into it. I don't have anything planned for this video, but yeah, let's just try it. So obviously I'm Destro, I'm level 397. We start off with our talents. So, alright, at the level 15 talent, I always use Flashover. Mainly because, Flashover, your configurate, it deals 25% increased damage and grants an additional charge of backdraft. This is really good. So if you don't know, if you go into your talent, your backdraft, your configurate reduces the cast time of your next incinerate or your chaos bolt by 30%. So obviously, if you open up with your configurate, it's going to reduce the next cast time of your chaos bolt, so you can set up your bursts better. So I love doing that. Also, like it says here, your incinerate can also be cast easier, so you can get your shards up quicker. But I mainly use it for my burst because you want a one shot, and with your traits like your Flashover, it increases your haste, so you can get those chaos bolts out very fast and you can one shot anyone, so it's quite nice. So I always play Flashover, mainly because of the increased damage and for the fact that you can get your chaos bolts out quicker. Eradication, I don't play this, but I can see some scenarios where it can be good, because your chaos bolt increases your damage you deal to the target by 10% for the next 7 seconds. Obviously, this can be good. You chaos bolt one target, and then you can chaos bolt them again, and it do 10% increased damage. But I don't know. I kind of find that that's more of a PvE based one. Obviously, you can use it for PvP to increase your damage, especially when setting up your bursts. But I think that with Flashover, your baseline for your conflag deals 25% increased damage, which is good, and you can get your chaos bolts out quicker. So that is very good. And especially if you were a troll or something, with the haste buff, like their trait at level 1. If you have that, then you can get your chaos bolts even quicker out, so it's very good. But eradication, I wouldn't really use it. I can see where it can be good, but no, I don't think it'd be 100% good, really. So, Soulfire, you would never pick this. I don't see why it's a talent, to be honest. You would only pick this really if you were in PvE maybe, but I still don't see it being good then, so I'm not even going to talk about it. There's no use to use Soulfire. So for the level 30 talents, I always pick reverse entropy. Oh, I can't even say the word. But yeah, your spells have a chance to grant you 15% haste for 8 seconds. So as mentioned, for the Flashover, with your backdraft, you get your chaos bolts out quicker. So if you get this proc from your first entropy, then you get 15% more haste for 8 seconds. So even then, you can get your chaos bolts out even faster, which is awesome. So this is really good. You can dot everyone up with your immolate, and yeah, just the haste is essential for this spec because you want to be getting your chaos bolts out as quickly as possible. So I would always pick this one. You got your internal combustion. Chaos bolt consumes up to 5 seconds of immolate's damage over time, and yeah, I don't see this being good. If I'm completely honest, I would always pick reverse entropy over this because I just don't see any scenario where this can be good. Yeah, sure, it takes some of your immolate's damage, but no, I don't see a scenario where this could be good. Even in PvE, I couldn't see anyone using that. Shadow burn again, not really. It used to be good, but I think that haste is more essential. Obviously, Shadow burn can be used for finishing people, but I just don't see in the scenario where you would pick this over your over this talent, your reverse. I can't say it. Entropy. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name, but yeah, Shadow burn can be used for a finisher, but again, it doesn't do that much damage, and I kind of think that getting your haste up more is more essential. So for the level 45 talent, you got Demon Skin, Burning Rush, and Dark Pact. I always pick Demon Skin. Now hear me out. Mainly, I pick Demon Skin just so I can be a little bit more tanky, because you know your Soul Leech absorption rate passive recharges quicker, and you get a bigger shield basically, because you got Soul Leech. So that's your shield. You share, you basically share your shield with your pet. So it's quite nice, and with your Demon Skin you just get a little bit more bigger shield, which can recharge back faster. So you get a bit more tanky, which I like. This is really good in 3s as well, because you don't really need a shield like Dark Pact, because you got a healer. So and with Demon Armor you're just really tanky, so I'd always pick Demon Skin. Burning Rush, never pick it. It just increases your movement speed by 50% for 4 seconds, and it diminishes your health down. So I wouldn't use it. Oh no, well, it's not for 4 seconds. It does it whenever until you cancel it. I mean, sorry. But yeah, I would never pick it. It's good in PvE and doing world quests just to get to the place faster, but I'd never do that because it eats 4% of your HP every second. So yeah, I wouldn't even try that. Dark Pact, I used to use this in 2s. Mainly, well, this was in 8.1 when we didn't have Demon Armor, but again, I don't see it being that good now because of your Demon Skin and your Demon Armor. You're a little bit more tanky now. I can see this working in 2s though, because it's a 1 minute cooldown. It's not too bad. So when people stun you, you can use it. So you basically eat up their damage, but with the way the meta is at the moment, I don't think it's that essential. I'd always pick Demon Skin over Dark Pact, mainly for the fact that it works really nice with your Demon Armor. But I can see in some scenarios where people would use Dark Pact, especially against like RMD with the big bursts, but now I wouldn't pick it. Level 60 talent, you got your Inferno, you got your Fire and Brimstone, and your Cataclysm. I always pick Cataclysm, mainly because you can spread your Immolate onto everyone in the radius, so you can basically cleave everybody down and spread your dots quicker, which is really nice. I always pick that. I just like the AoE pressure it has, and you don't have to dot everyone up with your Immolate. You can just Cataclysm and it does it itself, so I kind of like that. Also, you can use it to get people out of stealth. Again, quite nice, but you do have your Rain of Fire. But if you wanted something to get people out of stealth, instead of using your Rain of Fire, because Rain of Fire eats up 3 soul shards, it's quite nice, so you can get the rogues out and everything. Again, you got Fire and Brimstone. Incinerate now also hits all enemies near your target for 40% damage and generates 1 soul shard fragment. I can see this being really good in PvE, but this is a PvP guide, so I wouldn't see it being good. It could be okay in battlegrounds when people are cleaving up, but in arena, not really. No, it used to be good in like Warlock Adrenal, but now it's not really good. I couldn't see it working in 2s either. It's just AoE pressure. Maybe in AoE cleave it might work. I don't know, maybe with like a Windwalker Monk or something, but I think Cataclysm is always the best way forward. Again, I could be wrong. I haven't tried this, but I don't see it working as much. But it might be okay. But if you want single target, then I wouldn't pick this. But it's not too bad. Infernal, Rain of Fire damage has a 20% chance to generate a soul shard fragment. That's just, no, you wouldn't even pick that at all. There's no point. No point at all. Because Rain of Fire, you don't even use it that much. It eats up 3 soul shards. You could get 1 Chaos Bolt, nearly 2 Chaos Bolts off for 3 soul shards. But so I wouldn't even consider using that at all. Not even for PvE. 75 talent, you got Dark Fury, Mortal Coil, and Demonic Circle. So Dark Fury reduces the cooldown of Shadow Fury by 15 seconds. So as you know, baseline Shadow Fury is a 1 minute cooldown, so it will come down to a 45 second. I don't like Shadow Fury, mainly because, you know, you cast it, it has a cast time. So it's a 1.4 second cast time. Obviously, if you have your haste proc, then it could be lower, but I know back in Mr. Pandaria days and everything, it used to be an instant cast, which was nice, but I don't know. I don't really see it working that much. Maybe if you were with a mage or something, or a warrior, you could, you know, get your stun off without the DR, but I don't see it over the heal or the mobility of Mortar Coil and Demonic Circle, so I wouldn't really pick that. So Mortar Coil, I always use Mortar Coil as Destro. As Affliction, I always use my Portal, but as Destro I always use Mortar Coil, mainly for the fact that with your Havoc, so your Havoc you can put it on another target, and what it'll do is your single target spells, if you're targeting a different person, it would also target the person you got your Havoc on. So all your single target spells for a certain amount of time will transfer to the person with the Havoc as well. So I like doing that with Mortar Coil because I can get 2 Mortar Coils off at the same time, and I can get more HP back, which is very, very nice, and it's on a 45-second cooldown. So it's really nice for survivability. I use it a lot. I could see people using Demonic Circle over Mortar Coil just for the mobility in arena and stuff, but Mortar Coil in battleground stuff, I like using that just for the heal. It's quite nice because I like being a tanky spec. So Demonic Circle, as I just mentioned, in arena, yeah, it's really good. You can always kite people, which is quite nice. You can LOS. It's very nice with the. It all depends. Do you want mobility or do you want heal? That's what it comes down to, really. So Demonic Circle can be very good, but I use Mortar Coil a lot. So level 90 talent, you got Roaring Blaze, Grimoire of Supremacy, and Grimoire of Sacrifice. So Roaring Blaze, Conflagrate, burns the target for an additional, well, 3,650 damage. It depends on your, obviously, on you, what your item level is. So it burns them for over 6 seconds. I wouldn't use this really. I know it gets an additional damage, but I don't see a point where it could be that good really. So I wouldn't use it. For the damage, yeah, cool, it's quite nice, but I don't really see I don't really see a situation you could use that in PvP really. Maybe against rogues or something just to burn them, but nah, I don't see it. Even in PvE it might be okay, but not in PvP. Grimoire Supremacy. While you have an Infernal active, every soul shard you spend increases the damage of your care spells by 8%. So you drop your Infernal down, you know, you keep getting your soul shards, and then you keep spamming it. When you use soul shard, your care spell increases and increases and increases 8% each time. So this is very good when getting your damage of your care spell up, because you can just kill people in a matter of seconds. So I'd always pick this, because you just set up, you can CC the healer, you put your Infernal down, boom, start spending your soul shards, and then say if you spend like 3 soul shards, your care spell is going to increase up to 32% more damage, so you can get a nasty care spell off. So I'd always pick this one. Grimoire of Sacrifice, I'd never pick this. Sacrifice is your pet, so you no longer have a pet, but you still have that ability, and to sometimes deal 2,400 additional shadow damage. Not good at all. I wouldn't even consider picking this. No offense to anyone who actually plays it. Level 100, you got Soul Conduit, Channel Demon Fire, and Dark Soul. Instability. Soul Conduit, every soul charge you spend that has a 50% to be refunded. Quite nice. Mainly for PvE, I'd use this. PvP, it's quite nice as well, because you know you can get your soul shard back, so you can do another care spell, which is quite nice. But I don't really see it being better over Dark Soul, because Dark Soul increases your crit chance by 30%. So again, when you spend your soul shards, you get care spell increase, and then Dark Soul, boom, you get 30% increased crit, so you can get like a 2% increased care spell damage with the 30% increased crit. That's 62% damage towards your basically care spell, and you can one shot anyone, so it's very nice. I'd always pick Dark Soul just for that extra crit chance, because you want your care spell doing as much damage as possible. So yeah, I'd always pick that. And then Channel Demon Fire, I used to use this, but I don't see it being as good anymore. AoE Cleave, I can see it working. Basically you channel it, it launches 15 bolts to the enemy who's inflicted with your Immolate, I don't really use it that much, to be honest, but in some scenarios it could be okay, but I think it's mainly PvE when you want to AoE everyone down. So now onto my PvP talents. I always pick my trinket, don't use anything else. So the 3 ones I use: Focus Chaos. Focus Chaos, Chaos Bolt damage is increased by 65%, but no longer strikes additional target inflicted by Havoc. So if you Havoc another target and you want to Chaos Bolt them, it no longer. So if you, I'll show you. It's easier if I show you. So you Havoc this target, and if you want to Chaos Bolt, say you want to Chaos Bolt this target, it no longer shares with this target, but all your other single target spells do. So it's really nice though, because although it doesn't go to a different target, it increases your Chaos Bolt by 65%. So, you know, if you pop Burst, you can get like a nasty 100k Chaos Bolt off, and it's insane. So I prefer that for single target damage. If you want to AoE cleave, then you wouldn't pick this. Demon Armor. I love Demon Armor. This is one of the best PvP talents we have as a Warlock at the moment. So my HP is 208k. Pop Demon Armor, 229k. It's insane. I use this for Arena, I use it for Battlegrounds, I never switch it out. Mainly because I like that extra survivability, and with your Mortar Coil, it works as a charm. Because I just feel like I can survive more than 10 seconds now. Because I actually have, you know, 10% maximum increase in health and 150% maximum increase in armor. So I can survive big fights now, which is very, very nice. Because I remember in 8.1, used to get one shot. Alright, in this one I use Entrenched in Flame. Conflagrate roots the enemy for 3 seconds. This does not break from damage, which is so good. So if someone's kiting you, you know, they're running, conflagrate them, boom, and then they get rooted, so they can't move. Which is so nice, because if they're trying to run from you, what you do is you can conflagrate, they're rooted, then you can just Chaos Bolt, and by the time they get away, you've already landed your Chaos Bolt. So I really like playing that. Do I play any others really? Not really. The Foul Fisher could be good if people are trying to kite you, and your Chaos Bolt can just reduce the healing received, you know, and their movement speed. So this can be good, especially if you want to AoE people down as well. I'd probably switch that over your Entrenched in Flame in Arena, potentially. But I'm not really sure. I can see that being good though, so if I was going to swap anything out, I'd swap the Foul Fisher for your Entrenched in Flame, probably. So that'd be quite nice. What else would I use? You could use a Reflect. Reflect's not too bad if you're against casters. I'd probably swap that out for Demon Armor or Entrenched in Flame. I'll swap out because obviously you don't really want to root casters as much. Obviously you can, so they don't LOS you, but they don't LOS you as much as melee and stuff, so that's not too bad. So I'd swap that just so I can get Reflect back on them. So if a mage is casting Greater Pyroblast, pop that and it'll reflect it back at them, which is really nice. But yeah, I don't use Essence Drain because I use Demon Armor, so I don't really spam Drain Life anymore. I do that as Affliction, but not as Destro. I can see a scenario where Curse of Tongues is good, especially when doing your Chaos Bolt, so you can get them out quicker, but I don't really use it, to be honest. So yeah, now let's go on to my, let's say, Azerite traits. So Azerite traits. The main 2 I focus on is Flashpoint. So Flashpoint and Cascading Calamity. So Flashpoint, when your Immolate deals periodic damage to a target above 80% health, you gain 623 haste for 10 seconds. And this stacks. So if you have multiple gear with Flashpoint, you will get around, what? If you have 2 pieces, you get 1,250 nearly. So 1,246, I think. Haste for 10 seconds, it's insane. And I like playing Overwhelming Power. It's not the best. Heed My Call's quite good, but overwhelming power. I just like it for the extra applications of your haste. And same with Shadow of Valoon, it increases your haste by 755%. So I could get nearly, if they all proc at once, which is very unlikely, but if they did, I could get around, what, 2,000 haste? It's insane. So I love playing Flashpoint just for the haste, so I can get my spells out quicker. So I like that. There's no point me going over my shoulders because I got them the other day and they're really bad traits, so I'm not even going to go over them. But yeah, I always go Flashpoint for the first one. There's also Cascading Calamity I like using as well. But yeah, that's the main two. I don't know if I have any gear. Does this have Cascading Calamity? No, but this is okay. Crushing Chaos. So when you summon your Infernal, it increases damage by your next 8 Chaos Bolts. But I'd always pick Flashpoint over it. 100%. I don't see why you wouldn't. And why am I saying Cascading Calamity? I knew that wasn't right. That's Affliction. I'm stupid. Yeah, Flashpoint. Flashpoint's your main one. So I'd always use that. You just want to get as much haste out as possible. Just so you can do more damage with your Chaos Bolts. You can get them out quicker. So yeah, that's about that. With my stat priority, I mainly use... I like using haste. So I always use haste, crit, mastery. People might say that, Xrathis, that is not what you want to be doing. But again, this is how I play the spec. People play it differently. I'm doing a guide how I do it. I'm a casual noob, so if it's not right, I do apologise. So yeah, I like doing haste just so you can get your spells out quicker. Crit, I like crit so your Chaos Bolt can do extra crit, and when you pop your Dark Soul, this will increase up to like 60% crit. So it's very nice. I do enjoy doing that. Mastery, obviously, I do like getting that as well, but I don't find it as essential because I think haste and crit is the main two you want to be focused on. Mastery's just there to get increased damage, but I don't really see it being the essential spec. Right, so my rotation, I always do it a bit differently. So what I do, firstly, is if it's an AoE, I would do my Cataclysm, but say there's no AoE. So what I would generally do is, you can havoc multiple targets, you do your immolates, you dot everyone up. I like doing Incinerate. I do one Conflagrate just so I can get it off cooldowns. And then what I'll do is I'll pop my Infernal down, pop my Burst, so that's my Dark Soul. My crit increases up to 47. I spam Chaos Bolt. Then I do my Conflagrate, I build them up again, and then I do Chaos Bolt. I spam that, and then what I'll do is I'll put my Immolates back on all my targets, and then I'll keep repeating. So Conflagrate, you get those Soul Shards back, spam your Chaos Bolts, Conflagrate, spam your Incinerates, get your Chaos Bolts back up, and you keep spamming that. You just rinse and repeat. You want to dot everyone up with your Immolates just so you can get that haste proc up here. See, haste increased by 1,223. Then you pop your Conflagrate just to get some increased damage of your next Chaos Bolt or your Incinerate, and then you would do your Chaos Bolts. So mainly what you do is Immolate, then you would start getting your Incinerates off until I'd say about, you want to get all your Soul Shards, and then you spam Conflagrate when you're about 4, pop your Burst, Chaos Bolt, and then rinse and repeat. That's all it is, in my opinion. See, look, now I got the haste increased by 755 and by 15%. It's insane. Your Chaos Bolts can go out very quick. See? Look how quick that Chaos Bolt was. So yeah, Immolate on all the targets. Stop build. I do a Conflagrates. Well, no. Stop building your Incinerates on the target until you get about 4.5 of your Soul Shards. Conflagrate. Pop your Dark Soul. Do your Chaos Bolt. then you rinse and repeat. So you do it all over again. That's what I do. It could be wrong, but I like doing that just because Conflagrate increases my Chaos Bolt's damage, or no, increases my haste on my Chaos Bolt. I pop Dark Soul so I can get extra crit, and then by the time I've done all that, my haste always increases by 15%, and my Shadow, my Shadow of a Loon also gives me 755 more haste, so I can get bigger Chaos Bolts out. But yeah guys, that's it for my Destro video. I could be absolutely wrong with the spec, but that's what I use. You don't have to copy me, but I like doing that mainly, just for the fact that, you know, I like focusing on haste and getting those Chaos Bolts out quicker. I ain't a professional player. I don't play at a high rating. I just play to have fun. But if you want to try the spec out, I'd recommend it. You get a lot of good Chaos Bolts, and you can get the Chaos Bolts out quicker. So you can generate your soul shards very fast. But yeah guys, make sure to check out my social media links in the description below. I always post on Twitter, so make sure to follow me there. Yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video. I'll also make a demo video as well. I'm not sure when. I'll try to do a guide on that soon. But yeah, if you like this video, please leave a like. Comment down below on whether you thought this spec was helpful or not, this little guide. And yeah guys, I'll see you in the next video. So, peace!